Hi everyone, Chameleon Insights here. Woo-wee! What a time. We're in such a time. A lot going on. It feels like we needed this. We needed this shake-up. I've been saying recently that I'm getting to see in less of an intuitive way, but in a kind of more tangible way, who is who and what is what. And I'm grateful for that. I feel like this time will remind us of the importance of gratitude. It will remind us of the things that we don't need. It will remind us to slow down. It will remind us to prioritise our time and our energy, our thoughts. I'm hoping it will remind people that there's enough for us all as long as we operate as though there's enough for us all. I feel like I have been watching some of this unfold from a distance. It's a great time for observation and learning and seeing. Seeing, as my friend Nemo would say. I see. It's a time for creativity. It's a time for really valuing that mantra that I mention so regularly. The one where the world starts within, courtesy of Ian Van Sant in the original Acts of Faith. That's a paraphrase, but you know. And, you know, I was talking with someone the other day about the fact that I made certain changes without this level of provocation. That meant that I didn't know how things were going to pan out, particularly financially. So I feel as if certain challenges I faced 3 years ago, really, have prepared me for this time. And her response partially was to say, well, you know, but it's okay for you because you're resourceful. And I just want to kind of reiterate something, another thing that I often say, which is the importance of working with what's in our hands. We are all resourceful. We were made resourceful. We are all creative. We are inherently creative. It's these structures that we've been living within and the false sense of security that's led us to forget how creative we are and how resourceful we are and how resilient we are. And actually, those three things, along with flexibility and adaptability, are kind of quite core to the chameleon ethos. It's time to pare back and stay calm. If we go deep within ourselves, it is calm, it is peaceful. I think I've said before, it's not about ignoring what's going on out there and ignoring the news and ignoring, in particular, should I say, ignoring the plight of others, especially not ignoring the plight of others. But if we allow ourselves to become too consumed by the stories, the narrative, the fears, the fretting, then we will lose sight of what's really important here, the real lessons that we can take from this. Ultimately, we know that we're not in control, and what will be, will be. What will be, will be. It's important that we maintain a sense of perspective, that we use this time as an opportunity rather than see it strictly as a challenge. It may be challenging, but it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity for us to grow, to evolve, to discover new things about ourselves, to rest, to recoup, to adjust ourselves if we need to reconfigure. How often do we ever get that? Not often nowadays. I've spoken before about the way that time dictates, and probably for the first time, certainly in my lifetime, en masse, we are in a state where potentially time, in the traditional sense, the clock, is not dictating. We have the opportunity to tune into our own inner time, I guess. Not one that's dictated by schedules and other people's expectations, other people's demands and our obligations. Now, of course, we still need to manage, and we still need to be able to survive financially in this world. But we can find new ways of doing this. And there's like plenty of people out there calling out, reaching out for people to just meet them in the middle. There's people with skills, talents, and expertise. It's important that we tune into what it is that we need, because, as I've said more recently, desperation makes us vulnerable. So in reaching out to others, we need to maintain a sense of who we are in that. There is no one person that can kind of dictate to us what we need and who we are. We do know the world starts within. We do know. This is our opportunity to exercise that we know. Personally, I feel that I've been preparing for this time without realising it, really, for a long time. So some of the things that I've spoken about before, around clearing space, clearing energy, acknowledging the importance of energy, acknowledging the power of the elements, understanding the importance of commune and collaboration, trying to be grateful, meditating, drawing on the many, many resources that we have at our disposal, journaling, sharing, giving, sending healing energy. For some people may seem a bit woo-woo, but I can tell you now that with some of the things that I've faced over the past so many years, consciously faced, those things have helped immensely, significantly, to the point where now, okay, this is actually fine. We're at a point where we're about to come home. Home to ourselves. And I, for one, am going to embrace that. when I talk about experiencing things consciously, I think sometimes we focus on our childhood experiences, and actually often those are experiences where we had little choice. It's when we're adults that it counts, in a sense of choosing what we do next. So as you go within, and I hope and pray that people do use this opportunity to go within, that you think very carefully about what you choose to do next. People that are out there fighting each other over material things are really missing the point. Those things aren't important. Okay, yes, we need to eat. Yes, we do. We need to buy the essentials that we've become accustomed to. But we need to understand that that's because we've become accustomed to certain things. And we can become unaccustomed to certain things. Many people that I know that have wanted to make the leap in their lives without this level of provocation, without being forced to because schools are closing or because businesses are folding. Many people that I know have told themselves that they can't because, and it's often to do with I need this or I need that. And when we're forced to look at things differently, we realise how much we don't need and how much we've allowed ourselves to be held in a place based upon those needs. So here we are. I feel like I have a lot to say, but maybe I've chosen a moment where I'm still reflecting, so I'm sure that I'll check back in. I hope that everyone keeps well, stays safe, and takes care of themselves and the people around them. And as I say, uses this opportunity, acknowledges this as an opportunity and not as fuel for more resentment, more selfishness, and more reasons to be mad at the world. Take care, everyone.